Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here from Prescott, Ontario, all the way out to the West Coast. We got the one, the only, the living legend, the self-proclaimed, the one and only City P. How you doing this evening?
Man, big cooler, man. Feeling good. How are you, bro?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing great. I first and foremost gotta say, man, we've been digging your music here in Canada, man, so it's an honor to welcome you on the platform. I gotta say, man, I hope everything is all well with yourself out in California. Like I just read as well that you guys actually just got off a state of emergency, man. So it must be good to get a little bit of your freedom back.
Oh yeah, man. It's starting to turn up for us a little bit and getting a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Most definitely, man.
You know,
long time coming, unfortunately.
right now.
But I gotta ask you, City, like taking you back to the beginning of your musical career, man, like what actually inspired you to get into the music industry?
I was kind of born into it, but luckily through the hands of God, like I had access to one of the legendary studios in the Bay Area. It's called Bayview Studios, where a lot of really dope San Francisco artists where I'm from, where they went to record. So there was a karate dojo that I was a member of, and that room, the dojo was in the back of a triplex, and in the first two rooms were both studios, and one of them was like the most popping one. So I'm walking past this at least 3 times a week, and I just, I already loved it, and I knew what I wanted to do. I just figured out a way to wiggle myself in by the time I was 12. So it was an internship that I had at 12 years old, basically as a gopher, at Bayview Studios with TC and Donnie and Hanser. So they're some pretty dope, legendary producers and engineers where I'm from.
That's actually really cool,
For the whole
man.
game, actually.
Oh, sorry about that, City.
It's all good, man. You got it.
I was just gonna say, man, it must have been such an amazing experience being 12 years old, being able to, just be an intern at a record label, man. Most 12-year-olds, they're out playing football or basketball or something, but you got to be an intern, man. Was there any legendary individuals that actually walked through there during your internship?
Well, it wasn't even official like an internship. It was more so like, hey, man, you can't pay your monthly dues to come to this karate class, so and you can only clean up but so much around the dojo. So on these days, I need you to come in, and whatever they ask you to do, I need you to do it for them. And TC always had something for me to do, so it was real cool for him to bring me in and let me hang around like that.
And also,
but the legendary people that came through, TC and the Enhancer themselves are legends. I want to say that straight up. But we got Rapper Forte, San Quinn, JT the Bigger Figure, Killer Tay, Marvelous. I met Sugar Free for the first time at Bayview Studios, so it was crazy, man. It was dope times. It was dope times. It was right in the golden era when it was stupid, like crazy lit.
And it must have been really cool as well, being able to see Sugar Free actually walk into that recording studio, man, like the original pimp of the West Coast.
Man, so we'll dispute whether or not he's the original pimp, but there's definitely some kinship. He definitely he and Rappin' Forte are family, so we'll call that that. But I think that was the first lesson that TC gave me, because I was awestruck by Sugar Free when he was in there, and I'm I'm fanboying out, and TC's a legendary drinker also, so he sat his cup down and he gave me a hard little nudge, and he was like, "So what, you on his dick? Like, not low, not high enough for everybody to hear, but low enough for me to hear it very clearly." And it was like, "Oh shit, tighten up." You know what I'm saying? But I'm a teenager in here with somebody I listen to all the time, and I'm really a lover of the game, like a real nerd. So he straightened me up right there, and got me straight. Like, you can't, if you plan on being in the business, you got to compose yourself and be for it. even if it's somebody you idolize, there's a way to convey that without fawning over another man.
And also in
that was a tight lesson.
And also in 2003, you were actually featured on Fam Biz's Business as Usual. I was wondering, how did yourself and Fam actually get connected?
So Fam Biz is a really dope group. We just so happened to have been recording in the same studio, and I was buzzing off of my previous record. Before that, it was called We Want City, and after that, we just kind of connected, and we did a video. We went out to Mexico, and it kind of went viral out here from there.
And also, sorry about that, City.
No worries, man. I got the timing down now.
And also, man, one thing I was reading on the internet there was that you actually talked a newcomer, little Kayla, into a fun song one time. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about that story, man, and what made you actually talk her into this actual song.
Man, the song was I felt like the song was a hit already just because of the Warren G sample. And the hook that I laid down was pretty dope. So we were just thinking about what features we could grab. And I like to keep everything in the city. So, we had the same management at the time, honestly. It was my bro DEO that hooked it up and made the call. So, Kayla came through and did her thing, and then we did the video, and the video did like 150K so far. Still climbing. It's a big moment for me, big moment for the city, like a pop record that's actually not necessarily a pop record, but it's being received like that. So I'm excited about what it can do and how far it can go.
And 150K, man, that's actually phenomenal numbers, man, for such a short time, because that song's like less than a year old.
Yeah, man, it's been we've been working it much longer, but it's just one of those that hit a wave, it hit a stride right at Kayla's height, and then at my ascent, it just came through like right at the right time, man. It's magic, it's a moment. Hopefully, we have way more moments to come, but it's a strong moment for me right now.
And since the song is actually so big, and like you mentioned, it's actually sampled by the G-Funk originator Warren G. Did Warren G ever reach out and actually comment on the song and the direction, or was it just kind of like he might have heard it but never spoke up?
We actually I can't all the way speak on it yet, but my bro Gary, man, shout out to Gary the Cheat Code. We putting a play together now, man, and I don't want to speak too soon, but it looks like something could be in the works, man. Some real legendary Regulators type shit.
Hey, man, you had me at Regulator, City. You had me at Regulator.
I'm a fan of that era, too, man. I really, I connect with you on that level, man. It's pretty dope. The golden era, West Coast, the 90s, it was a pivotal time, man, and it's a lot of game that has yet to be paid proper homage. So, I appreciate your fandom in that. I can see that in you.
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I still play, that Regulators album like it came out yesterday, man. I think I wore out like 5 copies in my lifetime, and it probably won't be my last copy either.
I feel you, man. Well, I still kind of use the old model, so a little bit about me, man. I'm the music that I do put out now, I'm curating it all from start to finish. So from the time I hear the music until it's out, I'm hands-on with the writing, the arranging, and that type of thing. So it's like I feel like an untapped Dr. Dre. I feel like an untapped Warren G, Daz Dillinger, that type of producer that can put together full bodies of work that are classic and timeless and seamless. I'm dropping a album, Heart Thrive Deluxe, and it really feels like a Dog Pound album. You know what I mean? in 2021 though.
And also, man, you actually secured a record label, and you are still currently signed to Official Business Entertainment. I was wondering, how did yourself and that record label get connected? And of course, man, what's the story behind that amazing record deal?
Yeah, man, it's a partnership more so. How can I explain it? It's a partnership. It's a brotherhood. It's a player's understanding. So my bro D, I was putting in a lot of work. I was putting in a lot of work around the city, busting it down at all of these studios, and word started building up about me, and I wasn't necessarily connected with anybody in the city. I had gone to Atlanta. I had gone to Humboldt. You can trace what that move, what those moves mean, but you know what I mean. I went to those things. Went to those places. I did those things, and once I came back into the city and started gathering my roots, my bro DDO was building up Official Business with Money Always, and they had been putting in work in the streets, tough, major, and they became one of the hotter studios around the Bay Area. So, my bro came to me with a proposition like that. I should just rock with them. And they're like-minded. I like the way that they present things and the way that they market. So, I felt like there was a lot to learn. So we've been partners ever since, basically. Yeah.
And it sounds like a phenomenal partnership, man. It sounds like it's going to go on for many, many more years to come.
Oh, yeah, man. It's only growing. It's only growing.
And also, man, taking you back to January 4th, 2018, you actually performed at the Free Play 2 tour. I was wondering, can you tell our listeners a bit more about that tour? And, of course, what cities did you actually hit back in 2018?
Oh, man. So, 2018, we're hitting up, Free Play Tour was with Troy from Legends Live Forever. My good brother from San Francisco, the Fillmore District. Overall, great guy. Put together a tour. I think I hit maybe 3 of those dates in the Bay Area loop, just to hang out and add support to the vibe. Those guys are really cool, man, and I really enjoy working with them. They always look out. So I just added a little bit of support to what they were doing.
And I have to ask you as well, because I do obviously know it's COVID-19 permitting, but do you have any concerts currently lined up right now that and if so, where can our listeners actually snag themselves some tickets? My apologies.
That's all love, man. So well, California is all the way down with COVID, so we've been focusing more on just shifting everybody's attention. So if you hit me up on Instagram, I definitely have a lot of content for you. Everything is more digitally based now. We're kind of just switching up what it means to hustle and hit the street, because the streets ain't always safe or ain't always open. So I've been hyping up on the content, and you can definitely check me out on Instagram, on TikTok, Twitter. All of these are at Superstar City, SUPASTARCITY. Check me out there, see what I got coming up and what I got going on.
And also, man, February 5th, so literally less than a week away, you actually will be dropping the album Heartthrob Memoirs of a Well-Intended Fuckboy. I was wondering, can you tell our listeners a bit more about that project, man? And of course, what can they expect from this upcoming record release?
You can expect 11 jams. This is not for tough guys that don't know love or I think they're too hard to show any kind of emotion. This is definitely for lovers. Tis the season anyway. So, Heartthrob is a collection of songs that I wrote and arranged, and I had some very dope singers and songwriters come in and, just lend their talents. So we got Pretty Boy Fred, we got Ty, we got Tatiana J, and these are all untapped, very dope artists with bright futures. And I wanted to showcase their talent and showcase mine also. I have a smash in the making with 501. It's produced by Isaiah Eugene. That's doing numbers right now, going crazy. We got the one-time remix that we were talking about earlier. So the remix to that song is featuring my sisters and another dope female artist in the Bay Area named Ali Cocaine. What else we got, man? We got Know You on there. That's a throwback Bay Area slap. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the Mob Figures, but it's a take on one of their hyphy hits. We also got what else we got on there? We got the smash Over You. That's also produced by Isaiah Eugene. We got some crazy records on there, man. It's all heat. And like I said, it's formatted and arranged kind of like a Dr. Dre album where it's thematic. And it's a story all the way through. And the story is just a jamming-ass record the whole way.
And I gotta ask you there, City, so is there anything I missed during this interview? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still have you here live on the Canadian airwaves.
Man, shout out to Canada. I love y'all, man. Definitely influenced a lot by Canadian artists, especially in this most recent wave of songwriting. I love 88 Glam and their tone, and it's really influential on what I'm doing out here, man. And hopefully I can touch and influence some of y'all out there, and we can start an exchange and get some things going and rocking, man. It's all about building bridges for the future.
And also, City, this is the time in the interview that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shoutouts to whomever they want to give shoutouts to. But of course, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated everything City P if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, man. Check me out on Twitter, like I said, Instagram, TikTok, Clubhouse, all of these spots, man. Superstar City, SUPASTARCITY. Also, check out my YouTube, man, and subscribe to me there. That's youtube.com, /WhoIsCityP. And then, yeah, man, shout out to the whole Frisco. I want to shout out my bro J-Mo, man. I never shout him out on these radio interviews, but I want to shout out my engineer, my good friend, my comrade out here. I want to shout out the cheat code, Gary Archer. It's like my big uncle, man. That's like Pimp Yoda #1 right there. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for my brother, man. He's been helping me through a lot of things. So, I appreciate the game, man. Just shout out to you, man, for all that you're doing also, man, in the growth, man. I see it. It's been exponential in the last year, and you've been grinding, applying a lot of pressure, man. So I want to shout you out, man, and maybe next time, man, we can really get in deep, man, and kick it like an old friend,
Hey, man, you already know you're always welcome right here on 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM, brother. And I'm going to be honest, man, I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. So I'm going to keep grinding till the wheels fall off, man. Ain't nowhere up for both of us.
Straight up. Ain't nowhere but up, baby. To the top. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to be cool, man. Be safe. Give your family members a hug, man. Life is short, baby. Spread love.
Hey, you already know that's some phenomenal advice. City P, thank you so much again for taking the time of your evening, man. It was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege, man. Stay in touch. Anything you need, I'm only a phone call and a DM away.
Absolutely, bro. Right on, man. Thank you for having me.
You're most certainly welcome, man. Have yourself a great night.
All right, peace out.